From the city of the 2000 Olympics, welcome again to the Qantas Jetabout International, and we've arrived at the climax of the competition. The singles final, it's Rob Perella versus Cameron Curtis, the defending champion. Huge prize money, a brand new Holden Nova and beautiful Waterford Crystal at stake. But who's going to win it? Let's hear from our expert commentator, Jeff Oakley.
Well, I've watched Rob Perella's career over a lot of years now, and in this tournament, I don't think I've seen him draw better than he is at the moment. If he can reproduce that form in the final, then he's the one to beat. Cameron Curtis thrilled us all last year, of course. He is the title holder, and I'm sure the crowd will be on his side. But maybe he's not playing with quite the same flair as he was last year. I think I might have to lean towards Rob Perella.
Yes, it shapes as a fantastic match. Perella has been driving and drawing superbly. We pick it up on the sixth end of the first set, the green running at 15 seconds and Perella leading 6 shots to 3.
Curtis having the opportunity to roll the jack, having won the last end, electing to continue with the long jacks that his opponent has been rolling. And a very good start too.
Behind the jack there, Steve?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jeff, I wonder if it's gone through Curtis's mind that, well, if the jack is further away from the mat, it might be a bit more difficult for Perella to hit the target should he drive.
Certainly there is that factor involved as Rob Perella's bowl comes in for shot. The point is, in throwing a long jack, the jack is necessarily close to the ditch, and with an accurate driver like Perella, the chance of him taking the jack straight into the ditch have, of course, improved dramatically. Needs the jack. He's got it. He's made 2, but what a target.
Now, this is a case in point.
Is that behind the jack?
Front of the bowl's level with the jack.
Front of the bowl.
Now, this is a case in point. If he drives at this and gets the jack clean, there's going to be no way that Curtis could beat it if that jack goes into the ditch and Perella's bowl lies right on top of it.
The thing is, Perella drives usually at such a pace that the jacks can do very strange things. They can bounce and fly, and let's see what happens to this one.
Oh! How did that happen? The narrowest of margins, and he went through that head without disturbing a thing. Let's have a look at this again. The narrowest of gaps. Oh, how amazing.
That's a case for using a size 5 bowl instead of a size 4, Cedric.
Exactly.
Now, Cameron Curtis would like to disturb this a little. Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, that's better.
Cameron Curtis now has a toucher on the jack. Now, if Rob Perella elects to drive again, the toucher could well come into play.
So, second attempt to disturb this target.
Oh, missed by a long way that time. Perhaps the confidence shaken a little. He's got to look to push the green ball. Only has to go 30 centimetres. Oh, he had great weight for it. Has he drawn another? It must be close to 3. So Rob Perella now looking at 3 shots down and only 1 bowl to repair the damage. Well, that movement suggests to me he's going to take the risk. Currently 3 shots down. Doesn't want to be off target with this.
This time.
He likes it. He's got it. He's killed it.
Roger.
In the nick of time then, Perella's accuracy returns. And boy, didn't he need that dead end. A replay then. And again, only a couple of metres short of maximum length. And we saw Cameron Curtis put 4 bowls comfortably within a metre on the previous end, and he started in the same vein. In the grey cardigan in the crowd, I think we see Peter Fong.
There he is, Peter Fong, whom we remember in previous Jack Highs. Came from Fiji, but has now immigrated to Australia, and in fact plays at the same club as Cameron Curtis at Marylands in the western suburbs of Sydney.
Well, I don't know that the bottle of champagne would last long, but certainly that Waterford Crystal is made to last for life. And that too is part of the prize that the winner will take away from Blacktown OSL. But bowls like that, who's to say it couldn't be once again Cameron Curtis.
Your bowl is 2 bowls short, Rob. Yep. Here.
A vocal member of the crowd. I wonder if that's Tony Alcock's fan club, Johnny Little, or Little John. Back to the serious business for Cameron Curtis.
Coming in nicely.
3 superb bowls from him. There is Tony Alcock, and on his right, his father, Ernie.
Everyone did it, yeah. Oh, that's good. Proves they're enjoying themselves, that's amazing.
We'll tell from the warm-up whether he's going to go at the jack.
Yes, indeed. Here comes another drive.
Watch your feet.
Oh! Well, the gap was a bit wide at that time, Jeffrey, but thought he would have hit something. There he comes again.
The gap is about 2.5 bowls wide this time, and he splits the centre. So another opportunity for Cameron Curtis to come from a 3-6 deficit to take out the first set. That's the 4 shots that he needs, but he's closed the gap.
Now we'll see the same thing happen as the last end when those 4 shots were destroyed by this man. As we say, Curtis currently lying the set.
It's almost a shame to destroy such beautiful draw shots.
Come on.
He wants the jack. Yes. He's got it. He's killed it again. Never in doubt this time. He knew when it left his hand, this was going to get a result. Another longish end then from Cameron Curtis, and another brilliant start from this young fellow.
How far off the 6-foot mark is the jack?
Just a yard and a bit, Rob.
Thank you.
A yard and a bit would be about a metre, Cedric.
Yes, it's how much the bit is.
Now, Rob Perella would have had, what, 5 drives in his last 8 bowls. He really needs to get back to the draw shot. Well, champions can do it perfectly. Cameron Curtis drawing superbly on this length. Trail of the jack wouldn't do him any harm. Oh, has he run off the jack? It's close to the shot.
How far behind are those bowls, please?
About 10 inches, Rob.
10.
Yes.
What am I in front?
The back of the bowl's level with the jack.
Front of the jack.
Yes.
Thank you. I am one.
Yes.
So Rob Perella, armed with the knowledge that he is one, preparing to draw another counter if he can. And we have Gordon Bray out there talking to David Bryant, I believe.
Yes, David, it's almost football atmosphere at the moment. The excitement and the tremendous bowls being produced by young Cameron Curtis, and some fantastic driving too, though, from Rob Perella.
Yes, this is the 3rd time they've played this particular end, and all the bowls have been very, very close to the jack, and this end is no exception. The only difference being that Robbie holds the shot, but Cameron could just rest the bowl to turn the jack. I think we might see some more fireworks. Looking pretty good. He's got it. Well, 3 shots to Cameron Curtis. Here we go again.
Yes, marvellous tournament, terrific atmosphere.
Absolutely, and I think they really got the crowd on their toes, and everybody's expecting to see Robbie lining up to have another go at this one, and if he did, he could get a very good result. The 3 bowls could actually go. I think he'll drive off his backhand. He tends to favour that. He's taking his time. He's not going to be hurried.
He is allowed to kill 3 ends in any one set before receiving a penalty of a shot.
Yes, that must be going through his mind, but I don't think he'll worry too much about it. Is he going? He's shaping, I think he is. Yes, he's going.
How about it this time? How about this time?
Ah, the jack didn't go in the ditch. But Cameron still has the shot, I feel. I think the toucher is out the rink.
That's the toucher, is it? That's the toucher.
Have to wait and see. Yes, the toucher is in the rink, but it's some way from the jack. Possibly Robbie holds the shot, but it's a good measure.
How's the ice? How's the ice? Gee,
Well then, for Cameron Curtis.
Yes, he's sticking to his backhand. He's been bowling perfect line on this backhand. He's just got to increase his weight.
But not now.
Don't know whether he's done that. He'll be very disappointed with this one. I hope he's got the shots, because if he hasn't, it's a very bad ball. So, Robbie, 2 yards to draw in. Should certainly draw the shot, and of course he might be holding 1, but I don't think that really matters. He's on 6. All he's got to do is to draw the shot to take the first set.
And your prediction here with Perella?
Well, I've got to go for Rob Perella. Cameron Curtis is a great player. He's the holder of the title, and he's improved throughout the tournament. But I think Rob is playing particularly well at the moment. And, well, look at this. He's got to clear the bowl.
Get in there.
Yes, he has. My goodness, that was touch and go. Yeah, so first set to Robbie, and if we win the first set, we're bound to be further.
Perella won the second set 7-6, but Curtis fought back in the third as we joined play on the 6th end. He leads 5 shots to 1.
It's probably worth noting that this club is practically Cameron's local. His club is only a few kilometres down the road, and so there'd probably be a lot of local spectators that'd be rooting for the local boy.
Cameron has certainly drawn enough close bowls to win most sets play matches in straight sets. But the driving ability of Rob Perella means that on the scorecard, the reverse is the case.
Yes, Jeff, it makes him deadly. Deadly opponent, deadly accurate. All Cameron can do is just keep getting them in there and hope Rob makes a mistake.
Well, getting them in there, he certainly is.
My bowl, please. How short?
Your bowl, just over 2 feet.
Which is the shot bowl?
The one in front?
Thank you.
Tony, I certainly admire Rob Perella's ability to come back from the drive to the draw. A lot of bowlers find that difficult.
It is the most difficult shot, but you know, Jeff, if you've done it as many times as Robbie's done it, then it becomes second nature.
Yes, he gets plenty of practice at it. Has he drawn shot here? Still one to Cameron Curtis.
Tony, it's probably fair enough to say in any bowl shot that you're playing that it's practice that's going to make you perfect.
Yeah, there is a saying, and a lot of bowlers believe it holds water, that a good draw player will always beat a good driver. But I think it may have come from a British tongue, because in this country, the drive shot is also important on these very fast greens, and is more of a far more important shot than perhaps in Britain, when we tend to, on the slow greens, to play just the controlled weight.
Only one, Robert.
Rob Perella, draw or drive? Looks like drive. Possibility of taking out both of Cameron Curtis's bowls. He's got the lot of them. He's made two. Now, no mere mortal can play a shot like that, Tony.
Now, here it is, looking for the front bowl, which takes the side bowl straight over to the other. 2 shots, and thank you very much.
Now, a test of the temperament of Cameron Curtis. What's he done? He's just put the shot back again.
Bowl for 2 shots, Jack for 1.
Come on, just a bowl. In the reach.
Well, a bit of both. Jack and the bowl. I think it's only 1 shot, but let's have a look. Almost found the gap. If there was a gap between Jack and bowl, got a piece of both and follows the Jack straight into the ditch.
I guess you could say that Rob Perella is living testament to the fact that you need to be an all-rounder in this type of singles tournament. If you're going to be able to pull out whatever shot you need to have all those shots in your armoury and be able to pull them out when you need them.
Well, a failure with his first bowl, certainly. Left acres of room for Cameron Curtis, and he doesn't need a lot of room. By gee, he's drawn a lot of shots. The comparison between sets play and a specified number of shots up. I've just been having a look at the scorecard. Rob Perella currently 16 shots, and the shots that Cameron Curtis has scored, 14. So in, say, a 25-shot singles match, there's nothing in it. And yet Cameron finds himself 2 sets down.
Yeah, it's when the bell rings, I think, in a sets play, and That's one of the disadvantages of it, no question about that. It's when in fact the lights go out, when the score, whatever the score is, it stands, and it can be a distinct disadvantage. I've known a person lose a match scoring more shots.
My ball, please. 2.5 feet.
3.5.
2.5.
My ball.
Yes.
Well, from the look of that shot, I'd say make sure of it and put on about 1 metre, Rob.
Well, it's 2.5. I should be all right. Come on, right on it.
He's talking to it. I think it has ears. Cameron Curtis has drawn a lot of close bowls, but always Rob Perella seems to have the answer.
Now the shot for Rob here is to cover those red bowls at the back so that Cameron with his last bowl can't trail it.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy to get something near. He's only bowled 1 bowl this end.
Over the bottom, I don't care. That's all right.
And that's the one near to the jack. Now then, a chance for Cameron Curtis to retaliate, perhaps with a drive to take the shot bowl out to leave himself 2 or 3 shots.
Well, he's going for it. Is he accurate? Yes, he is. Oh, no luck for the young fellow. Still 1 down. A cruel blow. A good drive, but not the result that his opponent has been getting. Look at this. Right onto the button. But the jack moves as well. Whose bowl does it go to? Rob Perella's.
Well, I wonder if Robbie with this first bowl will cash in on the little bit of good fortune he encountered through an unlucky bowl of Cameron Curtis delivered on the previous end. Sometimes, Jeff, it does give you a bit of a boost when the opponent has bad luck.
Well, I suppose you feel, well, fortune is smiling on me. Is my day. Certainly, although Rob has drawn and driven well in this match, I think the breaks, if any, have gone with him.
On turn.
Well, that's probably why it's not turning, Rob. It was too wide.
I think it's true to say that in this match, if Robbie Perella could have been as accurate with his drawing shot as he has with his driving, Cameron Curtis would just about need to go home because nobody would have stopped him.
Well, we'd have been home by now, Tony.
Indeed.
Every
He's
shot.
about 8 inches in front of Jack High.
My ball.
Your bowl is 1 bowl in front of Jack High.
Thank you.
Every shot that Cameron Curtis draws is greeted by tumultuous applause by the crowd. There is certainly no secret who the crowd favourite is.
Wind.
Robbie Perella there willing his ball into the head. On this occasion, he looks like he may have fought it off.
I think so, Cam.
Yes, mate, 1 down.
Plenty of room for Cameron to draw one inside that green bowl. It's coming down on the backhand. It's played it a little bit narrow.
Wrong side of the bowl.
If view of the city of Blacktown RSL Club. Been marvellous hosts throughout the championships and have looked after the players very, very well. We couldn't have been looked after any better.
Is there clubs like that back in England, Tony?
No, there's nothing like this in England. There's lots of clubs, but they're all small, with small memberships, and nothing like this at all. I only wish we had.
Do your clubs have poker machines? Because I suspect that it's poker machine revenue that builds clubs like this, Tony.
No, limited to 2 per club.
Cameron Curtis, last bowl at the end, and 1 down on the head. Leads by 2 at the moment, but down 2 sets. He needs to promote his own. He's done that. He's made shot. Extends his lead to 6 shots to 3. Well, the overhead shot gives you the full picture. The mat well up the green and a fairly short jack. Now, this wasn't Cameron Curtis's choice. I wonder if, in trying to achieve his full-length jack and subsequently losing the jack in the ditch, that he's handed some sort of advantage to his opponent. Certainly a good opening bowl from Cameron, but we know what Rob Perella can do. Close bowls, particularly on short ends.
I think it's probably fair enough to say here that the home crowd are hoping that Cameron can win this 3rd set and take it out to 4 or 5 sets. They're enjoying the spectacle here at Blacktown. His bowls like this are making it a great day for them here.
I just wonder, Wendy, how many people have got the confidence in this man of winning. I think there's a number of people who feel that he'll get up. I sense that with a bowl like that.
Rob, please, Steve. Yes.
Rob Perella now winding up, wanting to get rid of those 2 bowls of Cameron Curtis, but he'll need to be accurate. Yeah, he's done it. He's left 1 ball spinning. Nothing close to the jack.
Where's Cameron's toucher? Still up there,
Well, look at it. Right on the button. That's exactly where he meant to hit. Now, the jack has stayed in bounds. And guess who's holding shot? But a long way away.
It's worth remembering here that Cameron only needs 1 shot to win this set. He just needs to draw one as close as he can to the edge of the ditch.
Well, Wendy, a slip of the tongue, but almost prophetic. It's probably finished closer to the ditch than the jack. Still plenty of room for Rob Perella, and he has 2 bowls in which to beat that bowl. Rob Perella playing backhand could well be a wise choice. He's playing down the middle of the rink. And this would be common practice in England, Tony.
Yeah, it certainly would. You wouldn't want to play on the extremities of the rink because it's unknown territory, and that's where Cameron is actually faced with on this end. He's got to play onto grass which hasn't been played on. It's obviously going to be heavier and slow the ball down considerably.
Now, has that come back in bounds?
Even if it has, Jeff, I don't think it's...
it hasn't. It's removed, so it's left Perella not only with shot, but with a bonus bowl and 1.5 meters in which to add a counter.
Seems a half-hearted attempt, Jeff, whatever.
Well, he wouldn't want to overdo the weight and not even make a counter, but that's what he's done. An opportunity to make two, gone begging, and he's disappointed with that.
Don't worry about it.
Creeps a little closer, trailing 4-6.
I'd like to give him a trophy.
Well, has Cameron Curtis's concentration finally cracked? I don't know how mine would be going out there. I would be shell-shocked. Every close bowl seems to be nothing more than a target for Rob Perella.
As Jeff Burrows, the greenkeeper of the Blacktown RSL club, done a tremendous job, worked some tremendous hours, and really it's telling on him. He's obviously looking at a tired greenkeeper. Done a tremendous job.
Cameron needing to correct on his last bowl. It was very narrow and short. He needs to be up to this.
It was so bad, in fact, Wendy, that it hasn't really provided Cameron with an accurate guide as to what correction he needed. Still 2 to Perella.
Sit one on it.
Well, Rob, if you are to sit one on it, or even within 40 centimetres, it'll be enough to hold the 3 shots required for the match. Wouldn't pull for him. Surely young Cameron, who's been drawing such magnificent bowls throughout this match, can get one close this time. Oh, short again. Still 2 down.
What would you play here, Tony? What sort of shot should Rob put in now?
Well, he's going to hope for it to put it right onto the jack to really pressurise Cameron Curtis. For the first time in the match, I've really seen the pressure on Cameron, and it's certainly all to play for now, my word.
It was too heavy. You can hear Rob Perella chatting to himself.
I only would have got the set, wouldn't he?
He is holding his 3, but now plenty of room for Cameron to save the set.
Well, Jeff, as we look at the head, it's not as straightforward as the picture shows at the moment, because there is a red ball that's coming into the screen now, which in fact is blocking the forehand. The last thing Cameron Curtis wants to do is to hit that ball. If he does, he's out, and Robbie is taking that trophy. Pressure ball.
As long as he has the confidence to actually put the bowl out on the right line, that short bowl shouldn't come into play, Tony. But there's immense pressure on the young fellow. The weight's good. Now, has he cut any out?
Great bowl there, Jeff, by Cameron Curtis. Immense pressure. I mean, the distance he had to draw in was quite a lot, but nevertheless it was a good bowl, and if he can reduce it to only 1 shot, then he's going to be a very relieved man. 1 shot it was, which gives Cameron Curtis still the lead, 6-5, but Robbie, like the terrier again, he's on his heels.
Well, the jack is only about 0.5 metre short of the maximum length, but the mat is well up the green, so we're playing about a 3/4 length end, and it's Rob Perella getting away to a very good start.
It may be of interest to the viewers at home that at this stage on this third set we've played 10 ends, and each player's won five ends apiece. So very close.
No luck for the young man.
Just a bowl in front of Jack Eye, Robert.
Thank you.
Rob Perella is absolutely oozing confidence. You can detect it in the tone of his voice. He reckons he's got this, and not just that, but I think he really believes that he's going to win a set and take it out in straight sets.
Yes, Jeff, he was passionate. And talking to him before the game, he was passionate and quite absolutely determined. There was no other answer. He was going to win it.
And it's worth winning, of course. There's not just cash and some beautiful Waterford crystal.
How far at the
There's a
back
new
is the
car.
second shot, please?
Second shot. It's 2 feet behind, Robert.
2, eh? Right.
Yes, Jeff, these two are playing for the Holden Nova. Who's going to drive away with it?
Come on, meet it.
At this stage, you'd have to say it looks like Rob Perella, because that's number 2.
Cameron with a look of determination. Can he pull something out of the bag here and win this third set? He only needs one shot for the set.
Can he sit the shot bowl? Again, no luck. All he needed was a touch on anything.
Now, Rob would have to be thinking, what's the shot my opponent's going to play? I know he only needs one shot to win this set. He wants to try and lock Cameron out of that. He'd probably look at those 2 bowls of Cameron's and think, there's a shot on there, there's a trail, I better make sure that I put the kibosh on that one. So I think he'd be looking to cover those 2 red bowls.
In a sense, Wendy, the last bowl of Robbie Perella's was slightly immaterial. The last thing he wanted to do was to make that head bigger. There's lots of holes there. Cameron Curtis was a victim there of bad luck, went through between the jack and the bowl. Very tense situation.
And Sonia Curtis is feeling the pressure of the situation. This the last bowl of the end. Rob Perella lying set and match. What can Cameron Curtis do with his last bowl? He can draw the shot, that's what he can do. If that's the shot, it's the set to Cameron Curtis. It's not. It's 1 to Rob Perella. And we're locked together at 6-all. Well, I've seen Rob Perella do this before. He's delivered a 3/4 length jack, and he's driving with his first bowl and missing with his first bowl. Now, viewers at home might wonder what on earth has possessed the guy. We know, we've seen how well he can drive, and with his first bowl hoping to bury the jack in the ditch and make it impossible for Cameron Curtis to win the set. Again, a test of this young man's temperament. Needs to drill one close. Well, it's not really close enough. Surely we're not going to see another drive. Well, he's thinking about it, I think, Tony.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him drive again. He's almost committed himself with that big drive to drive again. Kill it.
Come on.
Well, there's not a bowl on the green. We've played 3, but there's none on the green. A little orthodox. There's the jack.
Unorthodox and very controversial. I think there'll be a lot of bowlers wondering about the wisdom of that. An opportunity for Cameron to put one right on the jack. What a lovely bowl. Beautiful. Just in front of Jack High.
I think he might have put it too close, Wendy. I think that's asking for trouble.
And this knowledgeable crowd knows that that bowl now has made an even larger target. Rob Perella, having committed with the first 2 bowls to drive, well, no hesitation in predicting he'll drive again in the hope that he'll make either a dead end or clear the front for his final bowl. Almost a final shootout.
It's like a red flag to a bull, isn't it? He's absolutely enraged seeing it there, I think.
Well, looking forward to driving a Holden Nova, perhaps, but this guy can drive all right. Here it goes again.
Missed it.
He's missed one. And the crowd go wild.
Well, Jeff, the closer Cameron Curtis can place this bowl to the lip of the green, I think that's the only thing he can do. If he takes the bowl, fair enough. If he gets the jack into the ditch and it stays within the boundaries of the rink, then he's out of the game. He really needs to get a back bowl as far as possible.
He's bowling consistently. He's bowling well. It doesn't matter which hand. Tucks it in. Small target.
Nice ball, mate.
Rob Perella talking to either himself or the bowl. This is his last bowl. He'll be going again, there's nothing surer. Now, can he bury the jack in the ditch with this and take the set and the match?
How about this time? Hey!
Well, he's killed it. That's nearly as good.
Doesn't the crowd love it?
Surely he's drawing this time. Yes, we're back to orthodox.
Standard play, Jeff. Put one close.
When you can draw like this, I don't know why you bother to drive. He was hoping for a toucher, but we had a very good shot of that, and no such luck, Rob. Cameron Curtis's turn to have drive, and he can hit him too. Another deadie. Now, Rob does have a small problem here.
Rob's driving again, Jeffrey.
Rob's looking to put the jack in the ditch again. Now, he does have a problem. He's already killed 3 ends in this set. Now, there's a penalty rule applies in the Qantas Jetabout. If he happens to kill the end again, he will be penalised 1 shot. And in this situation, it's handing the set to Cameron Curtis. He'd be well advised to stick to the draw and eliminate that risk.
Front of the bowl's level with the jack.
Front of the bowl?
Yes, it's a full bowl behind Jack High.
Righto.
Well, he's a real showman, Rob Perella. The crowd love to see this flamboyant style. It's good, makes good TV and good viewing for the spectators out here at Blacktown.
Wouldn't want to clip this jack.
Again, straight. I'll get one.
He hasn't played this way up till now, Jeff.
I think he's trying to show his range of shots, Wendy.
Cameron, cool, calm and collected. There's probably thoughts going through his head a million miles an hour, but he's pulling them out when he needs to. Beautiful bowls, marvellous shot.
Well, it seems that Cameron Curtis has bowled some lovely shots, but the last bowl that Cameron Curtis delivers has not improved the situation, has in fact made it slightly easier for the man on the mat.
Looking for the jack.
What's going to happen now?
Well, he's got one counter out, but he can't afford to sacrifice a shot on this end. Whoever scores wins the set.
Yes, it's interesting to note here that Cameron will be playing the last bowl on this end, so he has an advantage. Rob Perella with only one bowl to play.
Now that's better. That's covered up the jack. Well, this is a big ask. He's now trying to draw the shot cold on the forehand, which he really hasn't played for some time. And a predictable result. It's 2 shots and the set to Cameron Curtis, and the game is still alive.
And now to the 4th set, and Perella is leading 3 shots to 0.
End number 3. Rob Perella leading 3-0. Needs one more set to clinch the match. And we're bowling to a jack which is just longer than 3/4 length. And Rob Perella running no more than half a metre beyond the jack. Cameron Curtis has to win this set to keep the match alive. If I had $1 for every bowl that Cameron Curtis has played within half a metre, I'd be a very rich man.
Yeah, I feel,
20
Jeff,
inches,
at the
Robert.
moment in this set that it's both players seemed surprisingly enough give me the impression that there's been a little bit of relaxation. There's not the tenseness about it. That they both sort of got over that 3rd dramatic set, and now it's sort of lost momentum. But Robbie's cashing in on this.
Well, there are 2 contrasts. Cameron Curtis, a very introspective person on the bowling green, plays the game within himself, if you like. Rob Perella, I think, needs to react with the crowd. Oh, a great attempt. Has he made shot?
1 to you, Robert.
Still 1 to the green bowl of Perella.
Very quick delivery there by Rob, although he's only playing at draw weight. Just looking to play onto the red bowl of Cameron. How's he played it? Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful shot. 2 shots now to Rob Perella.
The last bar behind, Jack, Stu.
Yes, a good bowl behind, Cameron.
Well, the drive from Cameron Curtis. We know he can play them. He's got rid of 1 counter.
You sort of directed at both of us.
Interestingly enough, Jeff, I can see a few spots of rain at the moment, and the crowd will be moving very shortly to put on their raincoats, and it may be the break that Cameron Curtis needs.
Certainly a few drops of rain can change the conditions, and that can go one way or the other. Could favour...
Yeah, 2 down, Cam.
Could favour Curtis.
2.
Could favour Perella. 2 down. I think we'll be driving at this. Can't afford to drop another 2 here. Well, he's swinging to it. He needs it to swing a bit more than that. It's another 2, and now a lead of 5-0 to Rob Perella. Well, a few drops of rain has caused the crowd to scatter. Rob Perella leading 5-0. He'd like to wrap the match up before he gets too wet. Cameron Curtis doesn't care how wet he gets. He'll stay here for another couple of hours if necessary.
Rob Perella now taking plenty of grass with this second delivery. Looking to draw a second shot. He's dropped it a little bit short.
That might not be all Rob Perella's fault.
A lot of distractions, Jeff. Crowd movement, umbrellas going up, a plane overhead, and the rain. Cameron Curtis must think the world's against him.
But he's not wet behind the ears. He's had experience. Can he bring it out? Yes. Onto his own bowl for shot.
How far apart are the two bars, please?
These two, Rob?
Yep.
One bowl, 4 inches.
I've noticed, really, you know, that Robbie's played some pretty sensible bowls, some sort of down-to-earth bowls in this set, you know, and it seems to be paying dividends. He's 5-0 up, and he hasn't played any fancy stuff. He's just drawn, just played nothing sort of fancy, and he's there. I really feel that sometimes that he has got a terrific ability to drive, and perhaps if he played a little bit more steadily in that third set, he'd have been in the clubhouse with a trophy.
Yes, it certainly was overdoing the flamboyance, which we know he has, trying to wrap up that third set with a drive of the jack into the ditch. Well, 2 down here. Chance of the jack or the 2 bowls. He's close to the bowl. He's got them both. Well, now how many has that made?
1 down for sure, Cameron.
Oh, that's bad news for Cameron Curtis. 1 down for sure. It's a measure, obviously, for the second. If it's 2 shots, the match is over. This, the last bowl of the end. Nerves of steel, this young fellow. He's drawn it. He's drawn it cold. Cameron Curtis on the board, trailing 1 shot to 5. Well, unfortunately, the rain is still falling. It's only light, but it's enough to bring out the brollies, and it's enough to thin out the crowd in the stands also. It's also creating its own problems for the bowlers. The bowls are now picking up grass. They'd be slightly slippery, just that little bit harder to hold.
Yes, Jeff, this little bit of rain's enough to change the complexion of the whole game, isn't it? It was certainly Rob's advantage early on. It may have made a difference and helped indeed Cameron.
And that one is way short. Now, I would say that the green is losing pace every minute. Now, it requires a special type of computer, inbuilt computer, to keep up with the pace dropping off the green like this. Cameron
How
Curtis
short is
too.
this bowl on the right, please?
20 inches.
Well, Rob will be reaching with this. He's on the forehand. He's dropped short on this hand on a number of occasions.
Come on, run.
He knows that he has to be up with this.
Inside. That's it.
He's done it. He's done it well. That's a very good bowl under these conditions. Well, this is Cameron's 3rd bowl on the end. It looks as though he's trying to promote his own or draw the shot. He's gone too far.
Run here. That's it. Run a bit more. Come on. Come on. Go.
He's done it. That's the second, I think.
Look out.
Yes, it does, Cameron.
Well, that's the 2 shots. Not much doubt what Cameron has to do here. He has to shift either one of the counters or the jack. If he doesn't, the match is all over. It's running, it's running. Now, is it 2 shots? Rob Perella likes it. Cameron Curtis has conceded. The 1993 Qantas Jetabout International Singles title goes to Rob Perella. 7-3, 7-6, 6-7 and 7-1.
A big payday for the colourful Queenslander, Rob Perella. The state president of the Royal New South Wales Bowling Association, Arthur Bradley, toasted another successful Qantas Jetabout International, and his sentiments were reinforced by tournament director Damien Stenmark.
Obviously a great congratulations to Robbie Perella, one of Australia's great bowlers, current Commonwealth Games gold medalist, and he's been here 3 years and he's done it. Well done, Robbie. Good effort.
The pleasant task of handing over the big cheques belongs to the New South Wales sales manager for Qantas Jetabout Holidays, Jan Teal.
Over the past 3 days, we've seen great world-class players competing for the singles championships. And as with all championships, on the day there can only be one runner-up and one winner. We at Qantas Jetabout Holidays would love to play that record to all of you people who have competed, that you are simply the best. But on today, it has been Cameron, congratulations, as runner-up, and Rob Perella, terrific, congratulations as the winner.
Finally, Rob Perella receives the keys to his new Holden Nova.
It ended up such a terrific game, and I always wanted to play a good final, a good final somewhere along the line. And I'm glad it was on TV, and I'm glad it was with Cam, because he's one of the greatest bowlers I've played against. And I'd like to congratulate him on a game that he was down 2-0, and of course he came back and won the third. And the weather wasn't favouring me too at the end, but I stuck in there. And I still like to congratulate Cameron the way he played the game. Thanks, mate.
Rob Perella, a deserving Qantas Jetabout champion for 1993.
Wednesday on Quantum, the 1990